You know, Dero, being here at Royals camp makes you think about the best home run celebrations. How good's the Pasquatch?
I mean, when Sasquatch comes out of left field, it's pretty much the best skit going in the game right now.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Hey, what's up, Vinny?
What's up, guys? Just getting into character. Royals edition, 30 clubs, 15 days.
Starts right now.
Three, two, on a dissolve, one with music. Let the games begin.
30 clubs in 15 days, presented by T-Mobile, finds us here at Royals camp in Surprise, Arizona. And no one will be surprised by Kansas City after their success in 2024. Alongside Mark DeRosa, I'm Adnan Burke. It's great to have you with us. Dear, it's amazing. The Royals are trying to win their first division title since 2015. We all know what happened last season. And they went up by 30 wins a year ago. When you can go from 56 wins to 86 wins, now they feel like a division title is attainable.
It all started with starting rotation. Them bringing over Cole Reagan, signing a Seth Lugo, Mike Owaka stepping up. I mean, the starting rotation was absolutely nasty. Kind of pair that with arguably the best player in the game in Bobby Witt, Salvi Perez. There's a lot to like here. This division is wide open.
Let's talk further about that starting pitching. Because when you look at their ranks from a season ago, they not only went deep in the game, second best ERA in the game behind only the Seattle Mariners. And we know how vaunted that pitching staff is. Reagans and Lugo, a heck of a 1-2, plus Waka, Lorenzen, and Bubic, they're rounding out the top five.
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest step forward was Seth Lugo. I mean, north of 200 innings pitched. They make the trade. Aroldis Chapman goes to Texas, and they bring back Cole Reagans. He's turned into an absolute ace for this team. I like this savvy deal J.J. Picola made moving. I know you don't want to move starting pitching, a guy who goes 180 innings for you, Brady Singer, but you needed a leadoff guy.
Yeah.
Jonathan India's got a lifetime on-base percentage of around 350. Him at the top of the order could do some serious damage to kind of set up the big boys.
Yeah, 270 on base percentage a year ago, which was the worst in the majors for the Royals. And then we get to the best, arguably player in baseball, Bobby Witt.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about a Royale with cheese.
Special.
This guy's just getting better and better. You've managed him before, you know him firsthand.
He's one of the most athletic guys I've ever been around. He's wired differently. He's twitchy. He's got pop. He's playing shortstop at an elite level. I mean, special player. A player that you build an entire organization around. The Royals nailed this one.
And you asked Bobby Witt just about making that jump
Yeah.
this year after getting a little taste of that postseason success.
Everyone was chomping at the bit during the offseason, ready to get back out here, and now you can tell the confidence level is higher, and we just know we want to go out there and win.
How do you build off the success of what you did? I mean, you were doing things that, like, Honus Wagner was doing. I mean, legendary players. How do you show up to surprise to build off that?
Yeah, it starts just with going into the offseason, what I need to improve on, and I think there's a lot of things, and it all starts with being more consistent just throughout the whole entire season. Being able to do that, I think then the sky's the limit for me and the team, and so that was something that I went into the offseason to try to get stronger, faster, everything, and worked on every part of my game, all the tools, even the mental side of it, just to be mentally sharp for whenever it is a postseason or a big moment, and just be ready for that opportunity.
Did you ever take a step back last year at the end of the year or this offseason and kind of, I mean, you put on a show for a lot of people. Were you able to kind of take it all in once the dust settled?
Definitely. Just after the season ended and everything, just kind of look back. But then also there was that taste in my mouth that we didn't end the season with a win. And so that's the ultimate goal, is just to end the season with the win. Do it here, Kansas City, and then enjoy it.
I thought a shrewd move in the offseason by JJ was bringing in Jonathan India. I know Brady Singer had to go to Cincinnati in that trade. How has he been kind of hitting in front of you to start the spring?
It's almost like that little missing puzzle piece that we needed. Fit right in, and then just the bats he's been taking, just the guy he is. It's just a perfect fit for our team. It's going to be kind of a scene setter, tone setter, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And do you ever wonder how Salvi Perez is able to pull this off? I mean, the fountain of youth type stuff.
Yeah, he come into spring training this year. He looks younger, looks better. He's ready to rock, and just always got a smile on his face. Same guy every year. So I'm really excited to see what's in store for Sal.
And how do you handle the leadership role? Obviously, the most talented guy is always going to be looked to be that leader. Are you a vocal guy, or are you a lead by example guy? Take me through that.
Yeah, I try to just kind of lead with my preparation. Just try to go each and every day, make sure I'm prepared for the game, and know that I'm kind of giving it my all and doing my job for the team, and then hopefully that kind of helps everyone else. So kind of leading by example. But if guys want to ask questions, I'm always open, and we all love each other in there, which is a big thing, and that clubhouse is super tight, and so I feel like that's what's going to make us kind of get to that next step.
All right. I can make the argument this is the best player in the game, people.
We continue 30 clubs in 15 days, presented by T-Mobile, coming to you from Royals Camp here in Surprise, Arizona. And a pleasure to talk to one of the keys to the starting pitching staff, Cole Reagans. Cole, great to see you. Your starting staff is amazing a season ago. You guys not only took the ball and went deep into games, but also were second in ERA. How much pride do you take as a starting unit, what you guys were able to do?
Yeah, I think we take a lot of pride in it. You know, every day we show up, you know, we want to go as long as we can in that game, get as deep as we can, you know, keep the guys down there in the pen as fresh as we can. So, yeah, we take a lot of pride in it.
Fifth Royal ever to strike out 200 batters in one season, because that speaks to your longevity, but also your stuff. How cool was that?
Yeah, it was awesome. You know, to be mentioned with those names is you know, an honor. I'm not sitting there trying to strike guys out all the time. You know, every now and then you got to get a strikeout, so you kind of go for it. But yeah, I mean, being mentioned with those guys, it just, you know, it's awesome.
And on Valentine's Day of this year, you signed a new contract, 3 years, taking care of those pre-arb years. Again, how rewarding is that to get that taken care of?
Yeah, you know, it's awesome. It's exciting. Just what, you know, JJ and them are doing here, the guys they're bringing in. It's a special group of guys. It's an awesome group of guys. Super fun to show up to the field every day. You know, it's just one big family. We enjoy each other. We do stuff outside of the field, not just at the field. So it's an awesome group of guys.
And last, you get a chocolate protein shake for breakfast. But what do you have on game days, Cole? That's what I want to know.
Oh, so I get pretty nervous, so it's hard to eat, but I've gotten a little better. I usually try to wake up and eat pretty quick before the nerves kind of set in. You know, some like eggs, bacon, toast, maybe make a little sandwich, something like that. Lunch is a little tougher to get down, so some days it might just be a PB&J, you know, something like that, some fruit, something light on the stomach. Some days I'm able to, you know, get down a little more. But most of the time it's more of like a PB&J when I first get to the field, and then some fruit throughout the day, and, you know, leading up to game time.
It's like intermittent fasting, but as long as the post-game
purpose.
And the post-game spread is good, which is all that matters.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure watching you pitch, man. Continued success.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Cole Reagans. D-Row, over to you.
All right, thanks, Adnan. I'm here with Seth Lugo. You were dominant last year. I mean, top of the food chain, starting pitching-wise. What were you most proud of? Was it the innings pitched? Was it the punchies?
I would say innings pitched.
Yeah.
You know, punch outs are cool, but that's not really been a thing that I've always, you know, focused on too much. I'd rather get one quality pitch, one out, rather than 3 quality pitches for 1 out. So, you know, save the bullets to get up more innings.
Yeah. What are you working on this spring?
There's a couple, well, one new slider I've been trying to throw a little bit more of.
Really?
Yeah, I've mixed it in a good bit this spring.
All right,
but really just getting in shape.
Getting in shape. All right, let's dive in. One new slider. I was looking at it. Your pitch breakdown. It was 9 pitches I was looking at.
Actually 11. Yeah.
That's what he was saying. He's go, actually, it's 11. Trackman gets it wrong every once in a while. Can we go through some of your pitch grips? Just kind of look into the camera?
Yeah, I mean, that's the curveball there, and I just try to get the 12-6, you know,
12-6 spin?
Top spin, like 4-seam, but that's the curveball. And then the slurve, which I throw it the same way. It's just a different seam orientation, so it catches, gets a little more horizontal.
So there's nothing like on the elbow. It's more...
No, it's you know, nothing in the flexor at all. I mean,
yeah.
The tendons, they move the same way as a fastball, as long as I keep that same arm position.
What about a sweeper?
So the sweeper, I throw it the same way, but this one I do kind of get on the side, and I get a little bit in there. So that one's, you know, I wouldn't recommend that for kids, but it's a little bit, same spin, but, you know, different axis. And then, you know, there's one I throw it similar to the sweeper. I call it a carry sweeper. You know, I throw it the same way, but try to get under a little more and try to ride the vertical plane. And I try not to get any depth. Try to throw that top of the zone.
And there's a little buzz about the back end of the bullpen. You guys brought in Estevez. You got Ursig in a trade. Hunter Harvey's throwing the heck out of the ball. I keep hearing Zerpa's name.
Yeah, we got some big
You're still
velocity.
not coming out of the game anytime soon.
I'm not going to be happy about it, but, you know, I know they're going to bail me out when I need them to. But, yeah, a lot of velocity, a lot of power back there. It's exciting. All
right, I want you to stay healthy and have another monster year.
Thank
North
you.
of 200 innings. Adnan, back to you.
All right, thanks so much, D-Row. I'm here with a guy who's a key linchpin of this offense, and Vinny Pasquantino. Vinny, it's amazing a year ago. 19 home runs, 97 RBI. Obviously had the injury late in the season, but it looks like you got 20 and 100 coming up this year. How you feeling?
I hope so. That would be awesome. Which 20 and 100 when Bobby's on your team doesn't really matter when he's going 30, 30, 70, whatever he's going to do. 140 RBIs, 70 doubles, 40 home runs. So.
And how nice was it, especially a season ago? I mean, you guys obviously have a tough year in 2023. You have a 30-win increase. What was the vibe like around that team?
I think it started in spring training last year. The vibe was just it was awesome all the time. Bringing in some of the veterans that we did last year, kind of, showing us the way, so to speak. And we just followed along right there with them. And it was cool to learn from a lot of different guys. And hopefully now we can go do it again on our own. Had some guys leave, brought in some new guys, and we're really excited for it.
So the Pasquatch became a thing. How did that become a thing?
So I have no idea. I'm pretty sure Ryan O'Hearn, I'm pretty sure you were the first one to call me that, and then the Royals ran with it. And they've really run with it, so now I've started to run with it too. So I'm just following their lead in that regard.
I mean, it must be one of those situations where, like, you must be in those random spots and just guys come at you dressed as Sasquatches, and you're like, how you doing, guys?
I get called Pasquatch a lot, which is very funny. Just whether I'm walking out to the field or leave it, it's replaced my real name. So it's kind of what I just get called now. I'm used to turning my head when I hear it. Speaking
of your first name, whenever I think of Vinny, I think of my cousin Vinny. Where do you rank that among the great Italian American comedies?
It's good, other than his name being spelled V-A-N-N-Y, and I'm an I-E. I'm an I-E, everybody, please. Yeah, I.E., but it's a great movie. Yeah. And, yeah, my entire life I've been called my cousin. Yeah. Everywhere I go. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the Pasquatch is larger than life, and certainly your play has earned that nickname by your play. So, honestly, congrats, Vinny, on what's been a great start to the season, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, Vinny Pasquantino. D-Roll, over to you.
All right, thanks, Adnan. I'm here with Jonathan India. I want you to take me through it, man. Kansas City was in desperate need of a leadoff guy. This year, get on base, set the tone for the Bobbies and the Salvies. Trade goes off. Were you surprised by the trade?
I mean, I was on the trade block for 2 years there in Cincinnati. I wasn't really surprised. I think it was about time for me to go my separate ways. And they had a lot of young talent coming up.
Yeah.
It's just a better opportunity for me in my career, and they were nice enough to give me to a good team. They put me in a good spot, and I can't thank them enough for what they gave me in Cincinnati, and to give me an opportunity here, which is great. And I'm excited to play with this team, man.
You were the leader of that Cincinnati Reds team. How do you play that coming in?
I mean, it's
take your time. Are you a vocal guy right out of the chute, or no?
No. I could finally, sit back and play baseball. As weird as it is to say, I feel like I was a leader since my first year there. And it was tough for me to balance that, being a new guy in the league, and then, playing there and trying to be a leader my whole time there was, I think you could say it was a lot for me.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot. As a young kid, learned a lot, and I learned how to deal with failure really fast. So I'm excited to come here and just play baseball and be the guy, be the leadoff guy and get on base and just play my game, not worry about anything else.
Does it fit your kind of style of how you want to attack the game?
Before the big leagues, I was kind of like, that 3-hole.
Yeah.
The guy that drives and runs, the guy that comes to the bat with the guys on base. I think now that I, found my role in the big leagues of being a leadoff guy, getting on base and, setting the table for guys like Bobby, Salvi, and Vinny, I'm excited to be that guy and just nothing more, and just play my game, and because I know that's good enough for me in the league, so.
Front Office Insights are presented by Sage, the official finance software partner of Major League Baseball.
All right, welcome back to Surprise, Arizona, Royals edition of 30 clubs in 15 days. Let's do some Front Office Insights presented by Sage. I'm here with Kansas City Royals General Manager J.J. Bacola. Hey, you had that taste in your mouth last year. Postseason, Yankee Stadium, everything vibing. You come into camp this year, kind of build off that success?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think our guys, as much as we were happy with the year, we were disappointed at the end.
Yeah.
We got a great experience playing in New York and going to Baltimore and playing, and it's left our team hungry. The guys really at the moment when the season ended, we knew they got enough of a taste that they want to come back, and now it's just a little bit more mature, just a little bit go about your business, a little more professional because the expectations are higher.
You got Waka locked up quick, chance to see Jonathan India walking around. Take me through the offseason for you.
Well, the strength of our club was our starting pitching last year, without a doubt. So re-signing Waka, really before he became a free agent was really important, which allowed us to make the move. As much as we love Brady Singer and he gave us 180 innings, he had value that brought something else we needed, which was a leadoff hitter, and Jonathan India. And he plays the game the way we want to play the game. He's a baseball player. He's willing to go anywhere on the field, which will settle in time. But they were the two big-ticket items for us. And then, of course, how else can we make this team better? And it was the bullpen. So get deeper in the bullpen to lock down some games late.
Salvador Perez, like, he found a fountain of youth. I'd like to know where he goes, because it's amazing. And you were able to put Fermin behind the dish, get him off his feet, move him to first. Take me through that.
I wouldn't put anything past him. Like, I don't know, how long he'll keep playing this game. Every year it goes up a little bit more. It was 40, now it's 45. He's telling me 45 I'm going to play. I'm like, all right, let's go year by year here. But I really wouldn't put anything past him. I mean, because he works extremely hard in the off season. I think he understands. He's learned a lot. How do I take care of my body as I get older? And he's done a phenomenal job, and the production was outstanding.
Well, I wish you nothing but the best. This division's yours to get.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right?
All right. Thanks, D-Row.
You got it.
All right, D-Row, thanks very much. Time now for Manager Insights presented by Sage, here with Royals manager Matt Quattraro. Here was amazing what happened a season ago. 30-win improvement, but now you get a little taste of that playoff action. How do you think that will carry over into 2025?
Well, I think the guys are even hungrier now. Last year I think there was a lot of belief that, we thought we could do it, but now I think they believe in themselves a little bit more, and I think their expectations of themselves are even higher. So it's a really exciting time to be here.
What's it like to manage arguably the best player in the game in Bobby Witt?
I don't take it for granted, that's for sure. It's something that, you be around this game a long time. You know that that's not something you have every year in your clubhouse. And to not only have him as what you see on the field physically, but what he is as a person, the leader, the person in the community, and you pair him with what Salvi does in all those areas too, and it's a really special duo.
The fact you guys had guys that went deep into games, whether it was Lugo, Reagans, Waka, how important is that for your team?
Immensely important, and I think those guys take a lot of pride in it. There's a lot to be said for, it's not that long ago that a lot of guys did go 200-plus innings, every year, and they would continually do that. And these guys want that. They train for that. They're mentally prepared for it. They want to post every day. And, that's something that really drives not only what happens on the field, but what happens behind closed doors. These guys drive that work for other guys, too.
Last thing, whenever you have a name like Matt Quattraro, nobody ever calls you Matt. They just call you Q. When's the last time I actually called you Matt?
Right there. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. You did it.
Otherwise, it's Q all the time. Matt Quattraro, Royals manager. Over to Jonathan May with more on these prospects to look forward to here in the Royals camp.
Thanks, Adnan. Obviously, the Royals pride themselves on a lot of homegrown talent, and there's more coming. It starts with Jack Caglione at the very top of the list. More with him in just a minute. And then they have some really good catching depth right behind that with Blake Mitchell, Carter Jensen, both top 100 guys. And then there's some really good pitching depth coming. And they need pitching in Kansas City. That's how they won last year. They're going to keep feeding that pipeline. But if you want to see all of the top 30 prospects, be sure to check out the new list at MLB.com/pipeline. With the number one prospect of the Royals, their first-round pick, Jack Caglione. I'd love to talk to you about being in part of that pitching depth, but obviously we're putting that aside for now. So let's start with that two-way talent in college. I know there was talk about you potentially doing both on this side. You've kind of put the pitching, at least in your back pocket for the time being. How are you with that decision as you're embarking on your first full season?
I'm totally fine with it, to be honest with you. It became such a big part of my identity at Florida. Being able to kind of just focus on one side of the ball is going to be, I think, super beneficial. And it's not to say that pitching's out the window, but for right now, they think that, it's the best to focus on the hitting side and the defensive side of things and just tighten those up.
What's it been like being around Vinny? You mentioned him, but obviously, first baseman. It's not often that someone makes Vinny look small. You've kind of managed to do that. I've heard him break you down in that regard. But what has it been like just being around him day in and day out?
He's been, probably the biggest help so far in Big League Camp. He's been super insightful at first base. He's given me a bunch of new pointers, and he looks at the game a different way. So, he does anything that he possibly can to help the team win, and it's something that me and him have in common. He's just been very, very helpful, when it comes to turning double plays, helping pitchers out and doing all this type of stuff. He's hit the nail on the head multiple times, and he's been very helpful, so I'm super thankful for him.
All right, Jack, the last question for you I want to ask is the spring breakout game. It's kind of started last year for the first time. All of the Royals prospects on the field at one time. How much fun is that going to be? And you've been part of all-star games and showcases and things like that back from high school, but this is a little different, sort of wearing the Royal blue all at one time. How much are you looking forward to that?
Oh, I'm super pumped up for it. I'll be with Beam from Tennessee, played against him a bunch, so I'm glad we'll be able to share the field this time. My roommate's got the call for the D-backs, so he'll be there as well. So I'm looking forward to hopefully face him again. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great time.
All right, Jack, thanks very much. Good luck this season. Hitting nukes soon enough in Kansas City, especially, guys, because he's clearly been doing my workout regimen. Back to you, Adnan.
All right, thanks so much, Jonathan. The second annual spring breakup begins March 13th as the top prospects from the Rays and the Red Sox can be seen right here on MLB Network. Tune in on March 6th at 11 a.m. to find out which prospects will be participating for each team throughout spring breakout. Prediction time, Hero, what do you got?
All right, I think this AL Central is wide open. I'm not going to be as bold as to say they're going to win the division, but I think Kansas City is certainly a playoff team. I love what J.J. Picola did with the back end of the bullpen. They got starting rotation. And our boy Bobby Witt.
Yeah, my prediction, Bobby Witt wins the MVP. I mean, this guy's been unbelievable, knocking on that door with Aaron Judge a season ago. There's nothing this guy can't do. And also, by the way, Jonathan India looking like a young Pacino with that flow and that beard, looking like Serpico. I like India to do some good things this year.
I think India is going to be just fine. I'm going to double down with you.
Okay.
Can I take Bobby Witt as the AL MVP? I don't know how you do any better than he did last year, but if there's anybody that can pull this off, it certainly is Bobby.
All right, for Mark DeRosa, I'm Adnan Burke. Thanks so much for checking out Royals Camp here in Surprise, Arizona. For more 30 clubs in 15 days spring training coverage, log on to MLB.com.